ushering in a new chapter in history. Now our sphere of activity spans across multiple galaxies. Thus did Oracle form a force to explore the unknown planets it discovers along the way. This force, ARX, explores and surveys alien planets. ARX is comprised of 4 species that belong to Oracle.
PSO2 has been out in Japan since 2012, and I've been a PSO2 player since then. Constant updates, collaborations, tons of hours of content, PSO2 has truly been a huge part of my life. With PSO2 finally hitting North America on April 14th, 2020, longtime fans rejoiced. However, the base game was only episodes 1 through 3, and severely lacking in content compared to its JP counterpart. With only Xbox One support at the time, the North American release, it felt really limiting. Slower load times, constant FPS drops, and toxic Xbox community ultimately made me decide to put down the NA version until it finally hit PC May 27, 2020. And boy, was that PC launch rough. PC players were hit with constant crashes, unable to uninstall the Windows 10 version of the game, more frame drops than the Xbox One, freezes when it goes into certain menus, and overall just bad performance. The Windows 10 version of PSO2 was the worst and had the rating of 2.7 stars on the Microsoft Store. After this, the only way to get rid of the PSO2 Windows 10 version for me was I had to reformat my hard drive, which costed me a lot of my games having to be re-downloaded. I felt defeated, never wanting to ever play the game until ARC Slayer team updated the PSO2 tweaker to download the game from the Windows Store without the hassle, and fixed the majority of awful bugs and made the game a lot more playable, which is great. Shortly after reinstalling PSO2 through the tweaker, I went ahead and booted up the game again. Started playing PSO2 for about 2 weeks, which brings me to my next part. The Windows 10 version launched alongside Episode 4, and Episode 4 being the worst expansion to the game yet. With a terrible storyline, it felt like a complete rip-off of some animes, and I found it rather difficult to brute force my way through the story mode. Forgettable moments, forgettable characters, and a severe lack of story development. This expansion felt rushed and ultimately unfavorable for most. Episodes 1, 2, 3 had a decent storytelling, but oh boy, this one was difficult to make it through, even if you're skipping the cutscenes. However, Episode 4 brought some cool stuff to the table, like Summoner, aka the Pokemon Boy class, Deus Eska, and the amazing extra boss fight, Phalig. Overall, this expansion was not my cup of tea, but I'm glad I got through it quickly. Oh boy, Episode 5. One of the best expansions in my opinion. We got the very first successor class hero, which is actually one of the best classes for DPS. A great story about the alternate reality of Planet Omega, actual character development, and dude, you get to fight a dragon. A dragon! Episode 5 had amazing EQ bosses like Omega Luther, Persona, Apprentice, and my personal favorite, Endgame Quest Masquerade. Gotta farm them class cubes, boy. Anyways, Episode 5 gets 8 out of 10 yeah boys from me. Well, it's come to this. The final expansion to PSO2 until New Genesis releases. Episode 6 is hands down the best expansion to ever happen at PSO2. Actually difficult enemies, a great plot line to two extra successor classes, Phantom and Etoile, with luster to follow in the future. The story of Episode 6 wraps up the Fallspawn saga for good and sets the stage of what's coming next when New Genesis launches later this year. Etoile and Phantom are dummy good, with honestly my favorite class being Phantom. God, I love being a dark boy. Etoile is the tanky boy, basically. It's PSO2 on easy mode, and honestly, it's great. Episode 6 offers a lot of content with ship infiltration, can't even say that, and a newly released divide quest for global. More EQs and so much gear to get after. Global is still missing some content from JP, but with Sega of America keeping their promise and the final chapter of episode 6 coming later this year, Luster Class and Primordial Darkness I believe will arrive fairly soon. Overall, PSO2 Global is shaping up to be great. So far, it rekindled my love for the game, has me regrinding everything to get my Lightstream, Trailblazer units and Rivolante weapons back again. I get it, I was harsh on my old video, but honestly, it was just an edgy joke and wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Thank you Sega of America for keeping your promise and bringing all the content over. I know you guys and gals are working hard, and we appreciate it. PSO2 Global is great. I actually love it, and basically I give it a solid 10 out of 10 big chunguses. See you guys in the next video, and take care. I'm not really too great at reading scripts, but if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and if you're new around here, subscribe. I plan on making new content this year, and we'll see where it takes us. I do have a Twitch. You can follow me at twitch.tv/I'mAturno, and we'll see you guys there. Have a good one.